everyone, thank you for joining us again for another episode of Hidden Stigma. My name is Migisha Liz and you're watching it on DTN Uganda. That is here for you, with you. Now if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, I'm going to request you to please do, because there is a lot you're missing out on. Please just go to our channel and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that each and every time we release something new, you'll be notified about it. Also follow us on our social media platforms, that's DTN Uganda, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Do comment, like, share. We would love to hear from you what you think about our content. It's very important to get feedback from our audience. Now, if you're hearing about autism for the very first time, I'm going to request you to do this. Go to our Facebook page, that's Hidden Stigma, and look for the video where I explain what autism is, so that you can understand it better and be able to benefit out of this episode so much. Moving forward, in this episode of Hidden Stigma, I bring you a guest who is a young mother. She has an autistic child, a daughter to be precise, and because of her, she has grown passionate about creating awareness about autism in Uganda. And not only that, she has gone a step forward and she's the head of parents with children with autism, and through that platform she's managed to create a huge awareness when it comes to autism. And in today's episode, she's here to share with us her journey raising an autistic child, what it meant for her, what were the highs and lows, and how they have managed to benefit out of it, and she has managed to grow her and her daughter. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for accepting our invite. It means so much to us. You know, it's one thing to invite someone, it's another for the person to show up. So say hello to our audience.
Hello everyone who's watching. Thanks for inviting me. I'm really happy and I love sharing my story. That's my passion and that's my hobby.
You've said hello, but we haven't got what your names are. So we'd really love it if you introduced and you tell us a little bit about who you are, you know.
My name is Antonnate Nyangoma. I'm a parent. I'm a single mom. My child has autism. She lives with autism. She'll be making 15 years in August. She's not verbal. She's improving. She's good. Her names are Drusilla and Nembabas.
Okay, Drusilla. Drusilla is the exact reason why we are shooting this show today. So I want us to start from the beginning. Autism, it wasn't even known by the time you got to know Drusilla had autism. Back in the days, no one knew what autism is compared to now. So I want us to start from the beginning. How did it all start?
Since it's a long story, the truth, I didn't know about autism because I was a busy mom. I'm a hotelier by professional. So I would work day, night, evening. So I didn't have time for my daughter. So at that time I requested for leave. That's when I saw these signs out of my daughter.
Okay.
So I got conscious and as a parent, I was so desperate. So I had to do all what it takes because she had a lot she was doing which was not normal.
What were some of those things she was doing at her age? When you would come putting on black, she would cover her eyes. When you put on music, she covers her ears. She wouldn't do eye contact, like look at you in the face. She would tiptoe. Even running, she tiptoes. Every food she examines by smelling. She first smells on the food. So at first I thought maybe like this Waganda say mwana ina malala. So I thought maybe Kampala children, that's how they are. Because I had started staying in Kampala. So I got so confused. It was too much for me. Yeah, because I did a lot before I went to hospital. Okay, now we want to know about that a lot you're talking about. What were some of the things you did for her?
As a mother, you know when you have such a problem, you ask And the problem with us parents, when you ask, you get misguided. So I did a lot. I got saved. I became a Muslim. I slept on mountains.
Okay.
The worst, I went to witchcraft.
Oh my God.
Expecting my daughter to talk the next day, because the first person told me to look for these insects which make noise at night.
Yes, I know them.
So I had to, they told me to roast one, but I roasted 5. So she ate in the morning. I waited for her to talk. She didn't talk. Then another person told me, you get this house, this nest of a bird, the yellow birds which make noise in the morning. So I got it, and they told me put her favorite food. She liked biscuits, Maria biscuits. So I put in the biscuits. I slept early in the morning. I woke up, waited for the girl. She didn't talk. So I was like, now what is this?
And at what age was Drusilla at that point?
She was growing old because her siblings, she has 2 siblings.
Okay. They come before her or after her?
Before her.
Before her.
Drusilla is the last born.
Oh.
Yeah. So I remembered this girl she's going to 3 years. And these other siblings stopped on 1 year. So I was so concerned. That's why I had to look for another option to see why she's not talking.
Okay.
But she wouldn't get sick. Even if you beat her, she smiles. So I was so confused with her condition.
And this was, how many years were they when you were trying to?
3 years.
3 years
Yes.
of trials?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a huge period of time.
3 years.
Oh my God. So you never at one point like got intrigued and saying maybe it's a medical condition or anything?
That came as a last option.
Oh.
It came as a last option because I had done a lot. Because sleeping in mountains, these pastors ate my money.
And they were, you mean during this time, these people were actually telling you this is going to work?
Yes.
Oh my God.
You know, you would put on a radio and you hear somebody talk and something is touching you. So it doesn't mean that they touched in my pocket. It's me who gave them my money. The truth, I gave them my money. The Muslims, the sheikhs, I gave them my money. I gave them 4 million. The pastors, it was 2.5. I can't.
That's a lot of money.
But
and where was the money coming from? Because these are not currencies you can just get just out of
no,
the
I was working because now for the pastors, they would go on radios, Beat FM, and so early in the morning you hear those people talking. So you pay for a show, like radio talk, and like 350, 400. You get all your salary, you pay there.
Oh my God.
So you're like giving in like 10 for the church.
Now, what was
supporting the church?
Okay. So now, what was going through your mind when you became a Christian and all that you were doing wasn't working out?
Yes. Later, when I did all that, I got so confused because whenever I come home, she was growing beautiful. In fact, even up to now, she's beautiful and she's growing beautiful every day.
That's true. I've seen her.
So I would look at the girl, she's just smiling. I got so concerned. So I got depressed and I started even crying. Whenever I see her, I cry. I say, what's this? But
did she notice the pain you were going through at that particular time?
These kids are difficult to understand because they keep smiling. You can't know that either she's sad or what. Because she keeps smiling and you're like, God, what did I do?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
until I went to the dad, I told the dad because we had broken up.
What caused the separation at that specific point?
At the time I realized that she doesn't talk. I got so concerned after doing all that. That's when I consulted the dad.
So by that time you had separated with
no, we are not yet separated.
Oh.
Yeah, like separating completely.
Oh, you were in contact, but not as a couple, but as parents.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I told him that the daughter doesn't talk, and he was like, in fact, he's the first person who made my life completely go low. Because he said, at our home, we don't give birth to such kids. So I was like, it's okay. I had to compile myself together and see how I can support her because this girl is not her fault.
Yeah, true. She's innocent.
Yeah, she's very innocent. So I had to look into it properly, and I was like, when we were in love, this girl was not there. So right now, if the dad has gone off, I can't also go off.
True.
Yeah, because he said at their home they don't give birth to such kids. I was like, it's okay.
So now, at that specific point, now what happened like after you knowing those details? At what point did you think of like a diagnosis? Because now that's 3 years.
Yeah. So it was one day I was at home and I didn't sleep that night. The way I told you that I was crying all the day, all the time, I would see her, I'd cry. So I was like, no, tomorrow I have to go to Mulago Hospital.
Okay.
These guys have to tell me, since they say Mulago Hospital is the best hospital in Uganda, these guys have to tell me what's wrong with this girl.
Sure.
So me going to Mulago Hospital, I thought she had a tongue tie.
Oh,
this
yes.
Baganda call it akanyata. But every old woman around my place had checked her, she didn't have it. So I had to hold the girl, I got the maid. I was the first person to enter Mulago. It was 5:30 because we left home like 4. So when we reached Mulago, and this girl was like, the gentleman we found at the first desk was like, who is sick? I said the girl, but the girl was jumping and laughing.
I know.
So and this guy was like, no, it's you who is sick, because he saw my face. The wife was so depressed and they was worried about the girl. I don't know what's wrong with the girl. I told the guy, this girl is sick. What is she suffering from? I told him, she doesn't talk. I don't know why. And she's normal. She doesn't get sick. I just need you people to tell me, because they told me, Mulago, you have experts or many doctors here who can tell me. I need an answer for this girl. If there is medication, then we see what we can do.
Okay.
Yeah.